good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Welcome, fabricators. Big news today. It's finally been lifted. When we had Nelly Gustavson on for our PG live stream at the beginning of the month, she shared some amazing news that by the end of this month, every capacity would be lit up for Copilot. That means no more F64 requirements. If you are on a Fabric capacity, now you can go from an F2 to an F32 and you can have access to Microsoft Fabric Copilot. We've got a ton of videos on the channel. We've got you covered. Data Flow Gen 2, Data Warehouse, Real-Time Intelligence, Copilot notebooks. We just did an update on our Copilot notebooks because of the whole new GUI experience. So many wonderful things you can do with it, including AI skills, aka data agents. Now is the time, if you haven't been utilizing Copilot, for you to go ahead and invest in that. All right, enough of this. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I want to show it to you. Let's go take a look at this together. All right, I'm going to start out in my Microsoft Azure subscription because I want you to see I'm using an F2. That's really important for all of this. This is an F2. Over in Microsoft Fabric, let's go ahead and look at our workspace settings. Again, F2, and that is key because we have Copilot for every SKU. Now, let's start this by filtering, and I'm going to start with notebooks. We're just going to run through a couple demos. One of the things, this is an update in Copilot. This was the last video we did. One of the things you'll notice, Copilot is lit up even though I'm in an F2. I could go ahead and run commands. I could go ahead and open up the Copilot window. I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom. Let's create a new cell and let's just do something simple. I've got a table. I'm going to load it. Let's go ahead and now remember, we learned the lesson last time. I need to start my Spark compute. So I'm going to type hello. I'm going to run that. And then once I'm connected to my Spark session, what happened in 5 seconds, very, very quickly, I can now ask a question. Load table DBO movie info and show me the data frame, and name the data frame movie info. So I've told it to do a couple things here. It's going to spin. I'm going to accept the code because remember, I'm replacing that comment I put it in to initialize. We'll run it. This is really simple. But again, this shows what we can do. If you want to see more in depth, again, look at the description of the video. We've got the entire thing that I did in this last notebook. But there's my table. Okay, enough of that. Let's go get rid of my filter. And now let's go and we're going to look at a KQL data set because again, Copilot's in everything now. As long as I've got that enabled by my admin, I've got this to be able to use. So I go in my KQL query set. I say, what are the rows that I have in my ISS Astro table? Go ahead and run this. And what you're going to see is this creates the KQL statement for me. I can insert it. I can run it. And it runs a select essentially for all my different columns. So I can see the columns and I can see the data that I have. Not enough with the query set? Okay, again, let's go over to something we've done before. This time I'm thinking warehouse. Let's go to a warehouse. Now, my good buddy and partner, Dan Taylor, showed you this in another video, but I love this so much. I could open up the Copilot info. Instead, I'm just going to open up. I'm going to show you my tables, baseball roster. Let's look at the greatest roster in the history of baseball. You know what I'm talking about. Select from baseball rosters and show me the roster for the CHN. That's the code. Again, I know the code for the team, so I need to specify that for 2016. Show me the rows for 2016. It's not going to know what a roster is. I hit tab. It makes the statement for me. I can run it. And there it is. The greatest roster in baseball history, the 2016 Chicago Cubs. Just absolutely fantastic stuff. Don't ask Bob Ward. He won't agree with me. And I love him. It doesn't mean he's wrong. It just means I'm right. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to go over to my Data Flow Gen 2 now, and I'm going to click on Copilot because again, F2, but I have Copilot in my Data Flow Gen 2. Create a date dimension table, have a range of years from 1921 to 2030. So that way I've got all the different date information I need for my baseball data. Run it. Boom. There's a little bit more Fabric magic. All of this is so amazing. And now it is available to us. Let's go ahead and close this out and let's go for one more. This is going to be fun. Let's do something new. Data agents. Now we've covered this when it was AI skills, but we haven't done data agent. Let's make a Copilot test. And again, here I am in an F2. I'm going to add my data source. I'm going to pull a data set specifically from my baseball information. Go ahead and scroll down. There it is, my baseball data set semantic model. Let's open this up. And I'm can look at all the tables. I can pick and choose the individual tables. I'm just going to go ahead and ask a question. What was the percent for the win-loss? Actually, no, I want wins over total games for the Chicago Gun. Let's do losses as well. Losses over total games for the Chicago Cubs in 2016. As we all know, baseball stopped in 2016 because it'll resume when the Chicago Cubs are making it to the World Series again. I may be a slight Cubs fan. All right, I pulled all this information from the data set. You can see here's the win-loss percentage. I could just go in there. I could say it in natural language. It picked it all out. How amazing is this? There are so many things we can do. And I'm very excited to tell you, we've got some things lined up. As a matter of fact, I was in a meeting a little while ago, and boy, do we have some fun things planned for you for data pipelines and Copilot, for troubleshooting and Copilot. You have Copilot now available on every single SKU as long as your admin has enabled your tenant to use Copilot. I can't wait to find out what you're going to do. Are you excited about this? Do you have some ideas? Have you already done some cool things and you want to tell me about it? I'd love to hear it. You know where we want to keep this going. Sound off down in the comments. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us on Tales from the Field. As always, be good to one another out there. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation.